you think Adrian couldn't get any worse, he does. I went to his backpack and I got him the charger. When I went to go take out the charger, out of the pocket flew. It was like God literally like went in there and pushed it out. It was a ticket to a football game, and on it said the college name of his ex-girlfriend. I'm like, I need some money for emotional compensation because, honey, if you're looking to start your chemical-free period journey, then all you have to do is keep on watching because I got something for you. I paired up this week with an online subscription service for period products such as pads and tampons called Freya, which essentially means you get your organic, non-toxic, chemical-free products delivered to your doorstep each and every month. Also get this at a very good price. What sets Freya apart, aside from the convenience factor of the delivery and the affordability factor of the prices for the quality you're getting for the products, sets Freya apart is the fact that they are chemical-free and don't contain two of the most harmful ingredients in period products, such as chlorine and dioxin. Most store-bought brands contain these products, and some of them claim to be chemical-free and 100% cotton. That's actually not true. So what Freya does is they eliminate all of these ingredients and instead replace them with high quality, effective ingredients, giving you the most high quality product at the best price. The reason why I love Freya so much and their mission is because they stand behind a happy and healthy period for women that does not contain harmful ingredients, but also eliminating the fact that you have to go to the store all the time to buy your period products. I've had so many slip-ups where in the middle of the night I literally have no more pads, no more tampons, and have to drive myself to the grocery store. The minute that I subscribed to Freya, this completely went away, and it really just helped me out and gave me more peace of mind. If you're committed to getting the most high quality products at the best price while also gaining convenience and peace of mind, all you have to do is go to the link in my description and it will bring you right to the site and you can sign up there. Also use my code, which will be listed here and in the link down below, to get money off your order, because we always love that. A subscription with Freya is an investment in yourself because you cannot unsubscribe from your period. Freya, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I really love your products and always love working with you guys. Now let's get back into the story time. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. If you are new, what's up? My name is Dakota. I make a ton of content on this channel, included but not limited to story times, true crime, lifestyle, and advice content. So if that's something you're interested in, please don't forget to give me a like. It helps me out a lot here on YouTube. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And turn your post notifications on and click on the bell icon in the corner where you know every single time we upload a video here on YouTube. Period. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So today we're gonna have a matcha. I don't know what it is. I haven't been feeling like drinking lately. I know, who am I? Here is Sasha. If you guys don't know who Sasha is my drunk alter ego name. And I made it because I'm obsessed with Beyonce. And Beyonce's alter ego is Sasha Fierce. And I feel like it's fitting because Beyonce's, we're like cousins. So, ladies and gentlemen, her. Focus on the matcha and the nails. Go ahead and go get your beverage of choice. Get wine, get snacks, get popcorn, get a notepad on what not to do. It's basically what my story times here are on YouTube. Let's dive right into today's story time, which is going to be a drum roll, please. Adrian story time. You guys love Adrian story times, and this is actually one of my last ones. I'm not going to lie, after this I don't really have too many stories with him. I know it's the end of an era. We have cried together, we have laughed together, we have reminisced on the fuckboy syndrome that is Adrian. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to close the chapter. It's time to exit stage left. I do have like maybe one or two more after this story time, but that's basically it. After that, I kicked Adrian out of my life, and I haven't heard from him since. It's been since like we officially ended it in 2018. Today's gonna be a time that Adrian, my boyfriend at the time, flew out to see another girl. Just when you think Adrian couldn't get any worse, he does. So if you guys want to listen to that story time, then all you have to do is keep on watching.
Hello stranger, it's been a minute since we last kicked. And by the way, just got in town.
I tell these stories, I want to let you guys know, I don't have a notepad in front of me, I don't have notes, I don't have anything. All I have is my memory. And maybe I should get a bit more organized and start writing it down, but I feel like it's not as organic. I just, like, okay, the way that, like, the vibe is here, if you're new, is we like to, like, basically have one big virtual slumber party. So we'll have our wines or our snacks or our matcha, some kombucha. I don't discriminate, whatever you want. And basically, it's like as if like we're sitting around a campfire and I'm just telling a story. So to have the organicness stay and not be like, okay, I'm gonna jump cut and then I'm gonna read this. Okay, he flew to see another bitch because he's not shit. He flew to see another bitch because he's not shit. No, like, I don't want to do that. We're gonna take it all the way back to, I want to say this was still 2016. If you guys don't know, you need to go catch up on the first 3 story times that I have of Adrian. Essentially, I dated a narcissistic pathological liar. You guys just need to go watch that. I'm not gonna blurt it all out here, but what happened was when him and Nikki, if you guys don't know who Nikki is, remember it was the girl that he cheated on me with from his job. Okay, now that we're all caught up, let's begin class. Class is in session. So we ended up getting back together.
Is it crack, cocaine, or meth you smoke? What type of drugs you want?
The math ain't math, and I know what is wrong with me, but you live, you learn. Accepted him back into my life. I want to say that it was like October-ish. During our time of separation, Adrian actually owed me money. So we shared an apartment together, we moved in together, and then a couple weeks into it is when I found out he was cheating on me with the girl from work. He still owed me the rent. We had paid the rent there for June. June happened and then July came, and July was when he decided that he was going to move out. You know, when I basically woke up and there was a moving truck outside and he never told me about, yeah, that. Just you literally have to, like, I don't think you understand. If you don't watch his other stories, none of these are going to make sense. Anyway, bitch, hurry up. He told me that he was going to end up leaving and that he was going to Venmo or Cash App me his half of the rent for the month of July. And I said, okay. And the thing is that, you guys, like, I didn't like need the money. Like, I was pretty financially stable, but it's the principle of the matter. You've already done so much and you've caused me so much pain and inner chaos, and you've done so much to me. The least you could do is give me the other half of the rent. On top of it too, he owed me for half of the utilities, the groceries for that week, and he also owed me for some of the cable as well. So he owed me like well over $800, okay? So actually he owed me $1,000 because when we did the security deposit, he didn't have it at that time. So I told him, you know, I would spot him and then he could give me the rest back. And he said, okay. Time is going by and I'm learning to try to, you know, heal without him. And every once in a while I would text him and I would ask him, hey, when are you going to get the money to me? Hey, do you have the money? And it would always be the same thing every time. Oh, I don't have it this week. I'll give it to you next week. And he just kept kind of using that same excuse. And then one particular day, he told me, I know you're not going to believe this, but I've had the worst week of my life. And this is why I always say, like, revenge is just not even worth it when you are a empress, okay? When you are God's favorite, when you are that bitch, you don't have to worry about revenge, okay? You're too pretty for that. Like, don't be going egging people's cars. Don't be scratching people's doors up. Don't be doing any of that. Like, you're too pretty for that. Just sit and focus on yourself. And I swear, karma's gonna get them back. Just let karma do it. He told me that he dropped his phone and that it completely shattered and he did not have a phone for 2 days because he couldn't even see or text on it. Somebody hacked his bank account and spent $300 to $400. Sorry, I thought I heard a noise. $300 to $400 on Amazon. Like, what? Top of it too, his car, like, it stopped working, which I already knew that was gonna happen because he was already having car troubles. But like, literally in that week, it was like back to back to back. And I'm not saying that he deserved it, but God's timing is always right.
God's timing is always right.
Then shortly after that, I ended up finding out about Nikki, because this was still during the period of time where he was working on himself. And that's why we broke up, working on himself. And he swore on my daughter there wasn't another girl in the picture. And there was. And I asked who the girl was, because I already knew, because women's intuition, Pisces intuition. I said the name and everything, the full government. He said, no, I swear on Aubrey, it's not her.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
But then once I found out about Nikki, like, all bets were off. I was like, oh no, like, you really thought that you got a fast one over on me. I called him, I left him like a long voicemail about he was just a horrible person. And then I think that was around the time where I messaged her, but I wasn't messaging her to like be petty. I was messaging her to tell her like what he was doing, because it wasn't right. Of course, she didn't believe me. We kind of got back and forth, whatever, but he was so mad that I messaged her and blew up his spot that he was like, now you're not getting your money, now you're not getting this and that, whatever, etc. Like, just being so petty, so petty. Following week, I was getting a new couch delivered, and I was messaging him, and I was trying to tell him, because he had his couch there still from when we moved in, hey, you need to get your couch out, because I'm getting a new one in, and if you don't come and get it, like, I'm gonna have to put it outside. Like, there's nothing I can do. There's no other room it could go into. Our hallways were so narrow, I could not go and possibly put it into Aubrey's room or like the kitchen or anything like that. And why should I have to? Come get your couch. So he refused to answer me. It was like I was Casper and he just didn't see me. So finally, on the day it got delivered, I had to go, which was more of a nuisance for me. I should have never had to have done this. I had to go move his couch outside, and I texted him and I was like, hey, like, your couch is outside whenever you want to. I'll never forget, I was at Walmart and I was leaving and it was raining so hard. And he was like, wow, I can't believe that you damaged my property. It was literally, you guys, like a 1980. Like, this thing had to have been older than me. Torn up, disgusting, brown, ugly cat. It was not like a modern gray suede cat. No, it was ugly. Like, there was probably, I don't even want to know. So then he just wanted something to complain about. And then again, he's like, yeah, like, I'm definitely not paying you now, blah, blah, blah. So just like, I say all of that because you're gonna find out what happens at the end. But keep in mind, he said he didn't have money, his bank account this, I have to save up from work that, like, I spent all my money for us moving in. Like, okay, what do you think I did? I say that to say that when he had come back into my life and we decided that we were going to work on things, his end of the deal was that he was going to slowly start paying me back. Which, by the way, I never saw that money again. And I know you guys are wondering, okay, you're talking about he wants to go fly out to see another girl. How does this tie in? Just listen, it gets better. So when he came back into my life, we kind of sat down and we talked about what the relationship was between him and Nikki. And according to him, he never was that serious with her. It was literally just a summer fling. Yes, they got into a relationship, but it wasn't even like a real relationship. She was so young. She was so immature. I'm not saying any of this is true. I'm just telling you guys what he told me, but obviously none of this was true. She was so immature. She wasn't a woman. That's why we broke up, X, Y, and Z. Talking all of this junk, all of this just like, it wasn't true at all. Just talking out of his rear end. And I asked her, I said, well, I know she went to college in another state. Did you ever go visit her? Because in order to visit her, he would have to fly or drive for a long, long time. And he said, no, we never got to that point because, like, as soon as we begun, we ended, basically. He really made me think that, you know, it was really nothing between them, and that I wanted to know basically like if he had cheated on me or not. So I kept trying to get it out of him for months, you guys, and he would never look me in the eye and tell me he cheated on me. We both decided that he's like, we had exchanged Snapchats, and then from Snapchat it led to texting. This was all when he was with me, by the way, but we were just friends. We talk about work and stuff, but then we kind of realized there was feelings there, but we both told each other that we would never even cross that bridge unless we were single. Okay, so you got, my brain hurts.
Stop it. Get some help.
You guys never flirted. It was never premeditated. There was never anything there. She had a boyfriend, you had a girlfriend. Me, hi, I was the girlfriend. You guys exchanged Snapchats. First of all, inappropriate. If you're in a relationship, why are you exchanging Snapchats with 18-year-old girls at work when you're like 25? That's fucking disgusting. I just realized there's a pattern. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. The last person I was with, oh my God. We were together and then he broke up with me, right? And then 2 weeks later, I found out he went to a basketball game with his ex-girlfriend who's 19 and he is 30. And I'll get older, but your lovers stay the same age. What's that song by Taylor Swift? Thank God I'm going to my friend therapist tomorrow because I think I just found out a toxic trait of mine. Oh my God, I'm crying from laughing so hard. Bro. Like what, Dakota? Wow. Wow. When they say, hold up, Holy Spirit activate, Holy Spirit activate.
Holy Spirit activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit activate.
When they say that until you heal your trauma and your inner wounds, I don't know what this is, you will attract the same person over and over and over and over again until you learn the lesson. Same person, different face. They are not joking. So like I said, like I knew that he had obviously like cheated on me and the whole thing was premeditated and that he left me for her, but I never had like concrete solid evidence or proof, and I'm such like a why type of person. Like I just want to like get like the answers, you know, and even though I knew like he would just manipulate me into thinking that I was wrong and that he was right. And he, like, when you're dating a pathological liar and a narcissist, two different forms of hell. Like, I'm not saying like one or the other isn't bad enough, but like both. Girl, like I need some money for emotional compensation because honey, I remember one time specifically, it was like around Christmas time and we were at Buffalo Wild Wings, okay? And this was like my last attempt to get it out of him. I literally was like, this is gonna be the last time that I ask, and I need to get it out of him. So again, I brought it up and he was just like, no, Dakota, like I know how it looks, but I never cheated on you. It wasn't like that with her. I didn't even see her when she went off to college. Don't you think if I really loved her, if I liked her, I would have went to fly out to go see her, yada, yada, yada.
Stupid.
You don't understand. She wasn't you. Just manipulating me, telling me everything I wanted to hear. Later on, I ended up maybe like sometime short after that, it had to have been, I ended up breaking into his phone because at one time I was toxic and he had deleted all of like their text message threads, so I went straight for the Instagram message, and this dummy was dumb enough to still keep them. This is also the same person that when he was cheating on me before I kicked him, well, I never kicked him out, before he moved out, changed his passcode from what I knew it was to an. If you're gonna cheat, you can't be stupid. Pick a struggle. You can't cheat and be stupid at the same time. Like, pick a struggle, my friend. He literally changed it to the first initial of his name.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really
I guess I couldn't expect much in the intelligence department coming from Adrian, but I had like broken into his phone and I read messages from like right before me and him got back together, so like when they had officially ended things, and he was sending her pictures upon pictures of them kissing in front of Times Square in New York and jumping off buildings together and climbing mountains with a beautiful cotton candy sunset in the back. But it was never anything, right? Like pictures. Not only that, but Adrian was begging for Nikki to get back together with him. Like, I'm so sorry that I made you uncomfortable. Can you please give me another chance? I don't want to lose you. Look how good we look together. And she basically was like, listen, like, I'm sorry, but like, it's not gonna happen. She's like, she actually said to him, she's like, you don't think this hurts me too? You sending me all his pictures, it makes it even harder. She, in my opinion, was also a narcissist. So like, he met his match when it came to her. I don't got hate for her. Got nothing but love for everybody in this world. But all I'm saying is that Adrian met his match when he got with Nikki. And the thing is that he told me that he broke up with her. He said he broke up with her because she didn't show him any affection. But nah, she broke up with you. And I'm going to tell you guys why at the end of the story, because so much information came out, and I know you guys are like, I want to hear about how he flew out to see this girl. It's going to come, but I have to tell all the details in chronological order. Otherwise, the puzzle is not going to come together. How we do story times here. Okay, she broke up with him because so much happened, but like, at the same time, I don't even feel bad because I tried to warn her and she didn't want to listen. She didn't want to listen to me talking about
he was probably the best you ever had, and now that you lost him, you probably wish you treated him better.
I love when a girl gets with somebody that like did horrible stuff to you, and because he literally told her that I treated him like garbage. He told her that I treated him like garbage. Just how narcissistic and mentally not okay this man was. And like, he fed her the story, and she was young, she was naive, so she probably believed it. I understand that. But like, I love when girls get with the guys that treated you horribly and think that they're gonna be the one to change them. Like, I spoke back from the dead and God told me you are still not that girl. But it was from this thread of text messages that I began to unravel all of Adrian's lies. All of Adrian's lies, like a bad fucking spider web, just started to become unraveled. That was the first piece I needed to start the puzzle. And then towards the end is where you guys are gonna find out what really freaking happened. So, how I found out he flew out to see her. I confronted him about it, and I'm like, this doesn't look like you broke up with her. This doesn't look like oh, she didn't show me no affection, so I ended up leaving her because I realized that I didn't really love her. To me, it looks like she dumped your ass, and now and then you were begging for her back. And I even said, I was like, anytime we've ever broken up, you've never begged for me like that. And I wanted him to so bad, which is like the messed up part, is that anytime we ever broke up and I left, I wanted him to come crawling back and be like, please forgive me, I'll do this, I'll do that. Like, I wanted that so bad, and the only thing that he would ever say was like, I want to be with you really bad, but at the same time, if you don't want to be with me, I understand. If you want to leave, I get it. Like, I'm not going to stop you. And that's why, like, the thing is like, you guys have to understand, and I hope you get this from my story times, is that you can literally cook a man's meal in gold from Egypt. You can perform in the bedroom like Tila Tequila, okay? If you guys don't know who that is, I'm sorry, I'm old. You can go to the ends of the earth, move mountains if somebody wants them out of the way, but if it isn't you, it's not you. In a man's mind, you can do anything that you think would be suitable for him to validate you, but if it's not you, it's not you. When men find that one woman that they finally realize they have to change for, that's when they do it. A baby doesn't keep a man. A house doesn't keep a man. Finances don't keep a man. Sex does not keep a man. The only thing that keeps a man is a man who wants to be kept. And if it isn't you, baby, it's not you. And sometimes it takes a man losing a real woman of substance in order for him to change. And you're delaying his deliverance by staying with him. He needs to lose you in order to understand that he has to get right. That way, when the next woman comes along, he knows that he can't act up. But the more that you prolong what's not meant for you, the more you delay what is. And same thing for you. The longer that you stay, the more that you're preventing your husband coming in because you're too stuck on a boyfriend. Don't let your boyfriend, if there's anything that Cassie has taught us, not let your boyfriend distract you from your husband. Do not let your boyfriend keep you from your husband. And if it's not you, it's not you. Stop trying to make it you. Just because he doesn't appreciate you doesn't mean that you're not worthy. It just means that he doesn't see it. And you can't make him see it. He has to see that for himself. And if he doesn't want to do it for himself, he's not going to do it. I wish I knew that back then. I wish I realized, like, I'm just not going to be that girl that gets him to change, and that's okay. I didn't realize that then, but I do now. The thing that's crazy too is, like, again, he's telling me all this stuff, right? Like how it's not premeditated, etc. But the day after we broke up, and I think I talked about this in my last video, but I just want to mention it super quick, just so you guys can see how much of a liar this guy was. The day after we broke up, he broke up with me at like 1 or 2 in the morning on a Friday. That Saturday morning, he had a trip planned to New York for a free running competition. And he woke up and he left. And he had me blocked on social media because when we broke up, he decided to block me because I apparently was so horrible to him. And I didn't see the pictures, but apparently he had pictures of him like jumping off like buildings and stuff like that because he did parkour. You can jump 50 feet from a building, but you don't know how to treat a woman. Interesting. So and then Nikki on her Instagram had the same picture on the same exact building from the same exact day. Like, it's not hard to put together. So you're telling me hours after we break up, 4 to 5, 6 hours, you guys just decided to go to New York together? And he had this plan for like 2 weeks ahead of time. Like, on this day I have a free running competition. There was no competition. It was just you two. So when me and you were together living in the same household, I'm cooking for you, I'm cleaning for you, I'm doing your laundry, you have a trip planned to New York with her, but you guys never, it wasn't premeditated. You guys never even flirted before you broke up with me. You guys never did anything. You never hung out after work.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Today, he ended up coming over and he left and went to work and told me that he was going to come back that night, which was weird because I lived like a half an hour from him because he didn't move back in just yet. He would stay over like once a week, and then after a little bit it would be twice a week, and then 3 times a week. And every time he came, he had this black backpack. He just had it packed with like a toothbrush, toothpaste, clothes, just in case he wanted to go to the gym or go free running or he had work or something. He always just had a backpack with him. So he had left. I said goodbye to him. I think I was like making breakfast or something, I want to say. I had to have been early because he was going to work. He said bye to Aubrey. And then later on, he came on back over. He said he was going to sleep over that night. We had a whole little movie night planned out, and it was going to be a cute little movie night. So he basically tells me, hey, can you please go into my backpack and grab my charger? My phone's dying. And I'm like, sure. Had just served him dinner, you know, just being the good little housewife that and I'm just kidding. I was working full-time and going to school and being a single mom. So like, I went to his backpack and I got him the charger. And when I went to go take out the charger, out of the pocket flew. It was like God literally like went in there and pushed it out. It was a ticket to a football game. And I'm like, it's dead of winter. Like, there's no football game. Like, what? And on it said the college name of his ex-girlfriend. Why, if you didn't fly out to see her, you never flew out to see her, why would you have a ticket for a football game, Adrian?
2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
I call him over and I'm like, hey, can you come here? And he's like, yeah. And he comes over and I'm like, if 2 + 2 is 4 and 5 + 5 is 10, then what the fuck is this? And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, oh, no, like, I don't even know why that's in there. I need to go throw it out. I didn't ever go see her, but we had plans, but then we had broken up. But when I was gonna go see her, she wanted me to come to this football game with her. It was like one of like the first football games of the year. And so basically she had sent me over my ticket via email, and he didn't say via, he's not that smart. And I printed it out. And I'm looking at the ticket, and it's not a ticket that's on printer paper. It's a ticket that looks like, you know, when you go to a football game and you like show them like on your phone, like, oh, hey, like, you know, I purchased a ticket, and then they give you a real ticket, they, you know, rip it and then give it to you to get into the game and then for you to keep. It was like that, like waxy material. Do you guys know what, please tell me you know what I'm talking about. Like how like normal tickets are for like a football game or a concert. It was like that waxy material. It wasn't printer paper. Where did you go to print this? Staples in freaking California? Like, who has paper this nice? I don't even think he had a printer at his house either. I'm pretty sure he didn't. So I'm like looking at it and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, this motherfucker's lying. This motherfucker's lying. So I didn't even bring up like the substance of that because like I said, I knew he was lying and I just was gonna wait for the proof to come and fall up in my lap because it always does. So I was just like, I feel like you're lying to me, and if you are, I'm gonna find out, like you always know, but like that's really shady. And also, why do you still have this ticket? Like, go do something with it. So he takes it, he goes and he throws it out, but again, just like the first story, I put it in my back pocket. I knew later I was gonna need it. I knew I was gonna catch him. I just didn't know when. Scroll forward, you know, all of that stuff happens where I end up finding out that he cheated on me again while we were together with a girl, and he ended up getting her pregnant, etc. I told you guys all about that in the last one, and then that was like my last straw, right? Finally left, did no contact, etc. So some time passes and I'm healing and I'm moving on from the chaos that Adrian truly caused in my life, and I'm just dissolving my life, and it was really hard, you guys. It was so hard. I know a lot of you want a video on how I like stayed strong throughout that and like got out and left, and I'm going to be making that, but I kind of wanted to get these stories out of the way first. I hope you guys understand that. So some time passes and I end up getting one day a message from one of his friends, and this is a very trusted source, a very reliable person. I don't think for 1 second they were lying about anything that I'm going to tell you guys, and it's basically them saying that they want to talk and tell me some things that they think I should know. So I say, okay, call me. We end up talking on the phone. I'm not going to disclose if this is a man, if this is a woman, because I think I underestimate how many people watch my videos. And me and Adrian don't live in the same town. We live about a half an hour away. But like, just God forbid, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus that ever helped me or ever did something good for me. I feel like that would be wrong. And I honor this person for telling me the truth, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have even known what actually happened. So they basically start telling me all about the lies that Adrian told me, which I ended up telling you guys in the last video, but also the real reason why him and Nikki broke up and what the details and status of their relationship really was, because they know that he probably never told me. I ended up basically just telling them, well, this is what he told me. He told me that it was never a serious thing, that when she left, that he never even flew out to see her, that he never took her seriously. It was just a summer fling, yada yada, XYZ. And I told him about that football ticket I ended up finding in his backpack that had her college name on it. And they literally were like, Dakota, that is all a lie. None of that is true. He flew out to see her a week after she went off to college. And let me remind you, they were only together at this point for maybe 3 weeks, maybe. And then when he went out there, it would have been like a month that they were together, maybe. I think I'm actually over exaggerating. They could have been together for 2 weeks, and then when he went there, it was 3. It would have been their 3-week mark, but like fresh, okay? And that when this boy went out there, he was telling his friend, when I go out there, I'm going to go apartment hunting because I want to move to North Carolina, where she's at. Like, I want to live there with her. I'm going to get an apartment. I'm not going to be able to do long distance. Like, I'm never going to see her. Like, I'm going to move out there and I'm going to start my life there, you know, transfer my job. But it was never serious. You never took her seriously. You never loved her. You were always thinking about me. Whenever you're with her, you were always thinking about me. She wasn't me. She wasn't a woman. She was so immature. La, la, la. Liar. Liza Minnelli. Liza Minnelli. He went to go fly out to see her. And that basically, like 2 days into it, I think she kind of like got sick of him. This is what I'm saying. Like, he met his match with Nikki. She kind of got sick of him. And so what happened was is she ended up leaving him like in her dorm, and she would go hang out with her other friends and like not talk to him for the whole entire day. She was barely kissing him, barely showing him any affection, and like literally was treating him as if he was like, what are those things called in college? Where they're students and they get to live there for free, an RN, no, it's a registered nurse. What are those things called? That end up like they're students, but they get to like go or like live on campus for free, and they like monitor like the student living and things like that. What are those things called? I don't remember. Oh my God, I don't remember. Like, she was basically treating him like he was like one of those. Like, she did not give that boy the time of day, and I can't say I feel bad. I guess like the downfall of their relationship was when they were on their way to the airport because he was going to come back, you know, come back home. that they ended up getting into a huge fight, and he basically was like screaming at her in the airport, cursing at her because he's such a man. And basically he ended up leaving. Like, they were in mid-conversation, he turned around and just left and wanted the plane, didn't say bye to her, hug her, kiss her, anything. So that was why he broke up with, well, no, he didn't break up with her. He like yelled at her and then left, and I guess he said like, we're done or something, but he didn't like mean it. He just was like, I guess angry. And she was like, oh no, like if you're gonna say you're done with me, then you're done. Like, she was already done with him, you could tell. Like, she just was like, I don't even know why I gave this boy a chance. Like, and so basically she was like, no, like that, no, like if you said we're done, so stand on that, like we're done. And basically, so she basically broke up with him, and that's when he started sending her the pictures of them like in Times Square and begging for her back, and it's like just absolutely pathetic. So basically the synopsis of the story is that he flew out to see her. He flew out to see this 18-year-old girl. So you're telling me, while you owe me $1,000, I don't have money, I'm sorry, but like my account just got broken into, I can't pay you your half of the rent, I can't pay you back for the utilities, I can't pay you back, I have no money. But you have money to go fly out to see this 18-year-old girl and go to football games and buy food and souvenirs, but you don't have money to pay me back. But you have time and money to go fly out to see her. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Pipe down, bitch. Pipe down.
After that, after we had that phone conversation and I found out about all that, I was all set. I was all the way set, and I still loved him, and it still hurt like hell, and I'd be lying if I say that I didn't at that time, because I'm not. Listen, now, absolutely not. Immediately no. Immediately no.
Immediately no. Immediately no. Immediately no.
After that conversation, I was like, this is just confirmation to keep going. Like, it really is over. Like, every time we break up, all I do is find out all these lies that happened during our relationship. All he does is hurt me. All he does is lie to me. Like, that was just, I was done. I was absolutely done. I mean, we were already done and we were like officially broken up, but I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you lie so much? People who believe their own lies are the most toxic types of people, because they will sit in front of you and make you think you're crazy for telling the truth. Like, the number one thing that society has done is taken a woman's intuition and deem it as crazy in order to gain from that, in order to benefit from that, because it fits their agenda better. You calling people out doesn't fit their agenda, and that's why they call you crazy. So when your intuition tells you something, listen to it. If there's anything that you guys learned from my stories, listen to your intuition, know your worth, know your value. Don't make a man try to, change. Don't try to change a man, because the only thing that changes a man is a man that wants to be changed. Let people do what they're gonna do, and they will show you their loyalty through their actions. And if you want to see how somebody will treat you, pay attention and observe how they treat others, and eventually it'll be your turn. Because I always have people that say there's like this girl or there's this guy that just like isn't nice to people, there's always that one person that's like, oh, well, he's never done anything wrong to me, he's nice to me. And it's like, just wait your turn, because how they treat others is how they're gonna treat you. Watch how people treat others who can't do anything for them. Like, watch people and how they treat like wait staff, janitors, people who hold the door for them. Like, watch how they treat those people. If you only treat people with respect that do things for you that you can benefit and gain from, you're not a good person. Like, who you are is who you are when nobody's looking. And Adrian was just not, no. It wasn't the brightest crayon in the box, wasn't the best person. That is my story about how my boyfriend flew out to see another girl. If you guys like this video, don't forget to let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, it is free, and turn on your post notifications by hitting the bell icon in the corner. Don't forget to follow me on my podcast, Elevate Entirely, and while you're at it, don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, especially Instagram. I am so interactive on there. Thank you guys for the continuous love and support. I love you so much.